Proceeding from Islam's teachings that obligate helping the needy and taking care of people's lives, health, and dignity, we established the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center. With these words full of humanity arising from the religious and moral values that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia follows, the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, may Allah protect him, declared a new policy of Saudi humanitarian action. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has always done its best and taken initiatives in helping the world populations, especially in poor and afflicted areas. It is one of the biggest donor countries and is a basic partner in international development. According to the reports issued by the United Nations to coordinate humanitarian affairs, the kingdom has been the leading country in charitable donations that fund humanitarian actions. The reports estimate the kingdom's total aid to developing countries by more than 386 billion Saudi riyals that benefited 95 developing countries. They also valued this big number, representing 0.5% of the country's GNI. As the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was working on human development and raising Saudi's standards of living, it was also giving a helping hand to the less developed countries that cannot achieve economic and social development by its own resources. The kingdom provided the largest share of relief aid to areas affected by disasters, earthquakes, droughts, floods, and wars worldwide. When it became necessary to organize and prove the kingdom's leadership in humanitarian action and transfer these values worldwide, the idea came to establish the center in order to develop humanitarian action approaches within the vision of the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman. Although the center is newly founded and on the day the foundation stone was laid, corresponding to the 13th of May 2015, the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman, donated 1 billion Saudi riyals to support urgent relief efforts and humanitarian actions. Additionally, he previously provided package of urgent relief programs of 1 billion Saudi riyals to the people of Yemen. This day is a landmark in the kingdom's march of humanitarian action, in which a clear and institutional framework was assigned to lead people and institutions' efforts, in coordination with the specialized authorities, ensuring rapid response to humanitarian crises and deliver humanitarian aids to recipients with neutrality and transparency. During the first 3 months, the center has taken the responsibility to aid the people of Yemen, proceeding from the bonds of brotherhood, neighborliness, and common destiny that connect the two nations, and the kingdom's hope to achieve Yemeni's aspirations to resume development. The kingdom is the first and only country that responded to the United Nations' urgent call to relieve Yemen. It assigned $274 million for that, through signing a number of executive programs along with the United Nations Development Program, WHO, UNICEF, and UNHCR, to provide food and medication, take care of children and mothers, rehabilitate health facilities in all of the governorates of Yemen, provide emergency shelters and rehabilitate collective centers and displaced populations. In this framework, the center built an air bridge to Aden Airport, by which it provided 124 tons of food and medical aid. It also organized sea shipments loading more than 3,540 tons of aid, food and medication from Jeddah's Islamic port to Aden port. It sent ground convoys loading hundreds of tons of food and medical supplies, which crossed Al Wadi'a port to all Yemeni provinces. In collaboration with the World Food Programme, the center worked on relieving more than 3.5 million people in various Yemeni provinces. More than 190,000 meals were distributed among people stuck in Al Wadi'a port, and more than 500,000 food baskets in Yemeni governorates. For the sake of family reunification and transporting the affected people and patients from places of disasters and wars for treatment, the center transported more than 12,040 Yemeni nationals to more than 8 countries. Additionally, it transported 3,072 Ethiopian citizens from Yemen to Ethiopia, and provided them with waiting areas in Djibouti airport, along with food and medication. In collaboration with UNICEF, the center established a program for the care of mothers and children in Djibouti, provided thousands of Yemeni citizens in Opech refugee camp with aid, and sent 36 tons of medication, medical supplies, food baskets, and tents. While implementing all these programs, the center took into account the humanitarian conditions and basic needs of those affected by disasters. Therefore, it provided them with sheltering camps, suitable transportation buses, electric cars for people with special needs, and clean toilets. It also started programs of life and environmental sanitation at border outlets, in addition to providing food, water, and medication. As the world has chosen a self-distancing policy from humanitarian needs, the leadership and population of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has chosen to work on humanitarianism without limits.